bubble when we're spiritual beings. We're on this planet for a reason, one time, and we're all together as humanity. And there's always been good and evil in the world. And as soon as we don't realize that there's evil, we fall prey to it. I want to go to some phone calls now. He called in earlier, but I couldn't go to him. Then he wants to give us a review of the Watchmen film. He got a chance to see it at a sneak peek. It comes out tomorrow. Tito in Canada, you're on the air, Tito. Finish up the point you wanted to add.
Okay, great. I mean, just to make one thing clear, I don't really feel comfortable giving a full review of the movie. It doesn't come out till tomorrow, so I'd really like to preserve...
Okay, whatever. You said you wanted to talk about the movie, so I'm giving you a chance to. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I just wanted to let everyone know that it's a great talking point for those people who may not be familiar with the false flag attack, and it brings up a lot of... This movie touches on basically so many things that we talk about here on the show, and so many things in the truth movement, whether it's the one conspiracy figure who is trying to get the truth out and fighting against the New World Order, even right till the end, to never compromise, even in the face of Armageddon, and that's a message that we can all take to heart as well. It's a fantastic movie, and I just want everyone to see it so that when they have their friends and they want to talk about these kind of things, this is another springboard. It's another opportunity, and it's another place for us to bring up these points about how these things happen, not only in the superhero world they're showing, but in our world as well. Yeah,
but you say it's a fantastic movie. Weren't you saying that they stage a false flag attack to bring world peace? I mean, that's how the Illuminati operates and thinks. Or are you saying it's fantastic because it's a great way to get people to wake up because they only operate in popular culture to understand what false flag terror is?
That's true. And secondly, the movie doesn't necessarily say that this is the right decision or a good decision, and allows the viewer to become engaged and sort of question what they're seeing, and the motives behind it. It surely doesn't paint it in a good picture.
Okay, let me ask you this question, and then I want to ask Mr. Williams this question. Marcus Williams, our guest, Nubian bookstore owner outside Atlanta, Georgia. Children of Men and scores of other films the last couple of years come out. V for Vendetta. The government's putting the deadly bioweapon in the vaccines to bring in martial law. The government sterilized the people. The government staging bombing attacks to bring in control in the film Children of Men. All these, and I've gotten a chance to actually know some high-level Hollywood people, and I've seen the tribulations they've gone through trying to get the truth out because there's a group above Hollywood controlling them and threatening them, even threatening their families and doing smear campaigns. So I do know that all of Hollywood isn't controlled, but when I talk to them, they tell me who is controlled and admit the Pentagon and CIA. I've had the X-Files, folks on. Dean Haglund saying the CIA planted the story of flying a hijacked jet in the World Trade Center. The government uses a drill to make NORAD stand down. Exactly what happened on 9/11 aired 6 months before. So it's not all just one monolithic thing. Do you think, Tito and then Marcus, do you think that this is a rebellion in Hollywood, or is this revelation of the method where they're subconsciously conditioning us? Why do you think so many of these movies are coming out now? I mean, almost every science fiction or action movie, the last Die Hard movie, an evil guy in the government staging a thing to cause a fire cell to blow out the economy. What do you think's happening, Tito?
Well, I think, first of all, for Watchmen, it was written in 1985, so it takes that sort of political, still a little bit with the Cold War mentality behind it, and and we're looking at it after 9/11. But
notice how we're entering back into that now, though. We're going back into the Cold War. It is very sophisticated. Go ahead.
And I just feel like the movie is set in a different time, and it uses superheroes in place of government, because in this movie, essentially, the superheroes act on behalf of governments, sometimes, and even bigger than the government when they take in their full power over the world. And so, while it doesn't come out and necessarily say, hey, governments can do this or that, it puts the idea in your head that these people who may be benign appearing and wanting to help the world, sometimes in their cold logic, make very horrific decisions.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the call.
The rest of us.
Thanks for the call. I'll do a review coming up Monday. I'm going to see it Saturday with some of the guys. It's somebody's birthday here, so we're going out. A rarity. We're kind of celebrating the Obama reception's done. Take a few nights off and actually go out and eat and stuff. We do that. But that's what the higher level Illuminist Masons, Rosicrucians do, is when people love these archetypal superheroes, those are taking the place of the angels, the gods they worship at Skull and Bones and other things. And so that's that message they're giving. Give us your take on this, Marcus.
I think that most definitely a lot of those movies are coming out with the government, doing, I guess, evil things against the public. When you guys were talking, I was thinking back to the whole Oklahoma City bombing, where I think it was the governor's brother, so was the governor or the mayor who had wrote a book.
Yeah, the governor's brother wrote a book,
right,
where a Tim McVeigh bombs the federal building exactly as it happened. Go ahead.
And had the exact, I think the guy who did it had the exact same or similar spelled last name as Timothy McVeigh in the book. And I think a lot of it is just a lot of conditioning the people subconsciously through these movies to, just to accept. It's really mind-boggling.
I agree. No, I agree with you.
It's mind-boggling.
And that's why they'll allow directors, because I've looked into this, that are actually on our side. The big boys will say, go ahead and let them do it. And the directors themselves don't realize they're being manipulated. But right. I mean, take Oliver Stone as Any Given Sunday. It's the Aztecs versus the Knights Templars. Everything is Illuminati in that film. That's Oliver Stone letting you know that he knows what's really going on.
Mm-hmm. But we see, a lot of times within the movies, we see a lot of the symbolism and storylines and stuff. It's just a mirror of what's going to happen in the future or what's going on right now in reality.
Take New Orleans. Oil storm aired 9 months before Katrina hit. Mayor Ray Nagin took part in the film where exactly what happens, and then it comes out 9 months later.
Right, and it was also reported that Mayor Nagin also had told was it Louis Farrakhan that that they in fact did bomb the levee. And we saw, the movies with the oil storm movie, we see them just predict exactly what happened with Hurricane Katrina was predicted or shown, many months in advance through that movie. It's really crazy, Alex. It's just these Luciferians are magicians. They believe in magic. They believe in numbers. They believe when you read. And I've bought the official black magic books that been republished for 500 years and read them. And they call it lesser magic. They believe that by showing you what they're going to do first, that gives them even more power later. The Native Americans called it counting coup. They would have a little soft club, and in a fight, if they were really a big warrior, especially in fights within the village, to test, if somebody wanted to challenge them, they would do death blows repeatedly. And then after they'd counted coup 5 or 6 times, see, I could have already killed you 6 times, then they'd pull out the real club with the big rock and kill them. So this is counting coup. So if I got a quick question for you that I wanted to ask you as far as, what would you, with everything that's going down with the economy, with Obama sending more troops to Afghanistan, what do you think would be like the best action, I guess, that people would, what can the people do as far as trying to counterattack what's going on with the economy and everything?
Specifically, is that 2 questions or?
Just specifically as far as, what do you think that the people should do like through my bookstore, like I always give away, information and stuff to try to wake up people to, certain things that's going on within politics, health, and etc. But as far as I think that, as far as trying to come up with some type of group or network, really have a real positive effect, a real change.
Yeah, well, I think just resist. Demonstrate, call into talk shows, make films, make blogs, point out there's a shadow government. It's what the Obama deception does. Point out that, hey, forget Obama. Forget Bush. There are the puppet masters behind the puppets. Things are only going to get worse until we arrest these bankers, until we arrest the New World Order. And talk about that as a solution instead of getting caught up. I know you know this, but for the general folks out there want the solution, to not get caught up in the false choices they give us and debate just that limited universe of ideas they give us and expand out into the larger universe of ideas and really get more aggressive and say, you're a pack of Madoff criminals like Bernard Madoff that are looting and robbing. You are criminal. You are destroying things by design, and just basic educate people 1% at a time to how illegitimate this is until the system just loses all credibility, and then we can take it back. And educate the police and military not to go along with martial law, and defend the Second Amendment, and expose that, stand up to Democrats and say, look at you. You attacked Bush for doing all this evil, but now you're for it because it's Obama and you feel like he's your man and you've got a seat at the table. You're a sucker. I think being aggressive and in people's faces is the way to go. So many people are nice about it and kind of, creep up. And I know you think I'm a kook, but there's a new world order. All the time for that's over. We need people to be bold. Fortune favors the bold. What did Frederick Douglass say? Freedom is not given. It is taken. It is seized. We just have to get aggressive and know we're right and know we have power and know we can affect change and develop our communities and love each other like